Welcome to the Full Court Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host Sheldon Moore. That's my guy Charles Jackson. How you doing, brother?
Yo, what's up, broski? How you feeling, man?
Uh, I'm okay. I'm okay. No, trying to win in fantasy, trying to win my bets. You know, we live in life, man. We okay. We okay. We okay. So we're gonna start off with our reaction from the rookie extensions that happened today. That happened about 2 days ago. And the first person we are going to start off with is Jalen Green. Jalen Green, he signed a 3-year, $106 million contract, former number 2 overall pick. Obviously, he got lower value than he was supposed to do. What's your reaction to this deal?
Like you said, I feel like he got lowballed. I feel like he accepted that contract because if he would have bet on himself, it was like, okay, if I get injured or I don't play as well this season, I won't get a bigger bag. But since he signed that 3-year deal, he got 2 years and then a player option at the end. So it's like you can still recoup that money in the future. But me personally, I thought that he should have banked on himself. Because the first game he played really well. But I think he should have banked on himself and see how he played at the end of the season, so he could have got a bigger bag.
I think like I don't want to say he panicked, but I do think like, okay, I have been playing good, but been my I haven't been number 2 overall pick because he got nowhere near what all these other picks, even his teammate guy, and we'll talk about him later, but like Cade Cunningham, he got the full max. Franz Wagner got the full max, and he didn't get nowhere near that. But I feel like he has a little leverage though, because I mean, he plays good this year, the next year, and the year after that. If he plays good, he won't get traded. And there's actually a rumor. I don't know if you saw it. They're saying that this contract was made to basically trade him in the future. It's
Yeah, I
basically
seen that.
made like that. So, and what is how he's getting? So one of them, that's only 35 a year, and 35 a year to some GMs, that's really nothing. Well, to some teams, that's nothing. So if he plays good, he can get even a bigger bag because he'll be like 25 years old when the new contract comes up. But if he plays bad, he'll still get this money. And even if he plays bad on, say, a new team, he can just opt into that deal. So
hmm
basically, I think he has all the leverage. Now, will a team take a chance on him? There could be a team that take a chance on him, but I do think the Rockets actually want to keep him because they probably do consider him a cornerstone. But to them, he probably hasn't lived up to second pick. But I think for him, I think it's okay. But I definitely think he probably should have got more.
So can he be? I was gonna call that man Jordan Clarkson, but can he be your best player on your championship team?
No, he could be
Can he be
my.
your
He could low
second
key be
best?
like my third. I think he could be my third
Third?
because he doesn't do nothing else but score. Like that's what he might get you some rebounds here and there, but he doesn't facilitate. His defense isn't really that good, so really he's just a scorer. And I feel like if you the third team, like let's say the Nuggets, if he's on the Nuggets, I think he could be the third best scorer on that team. I mean, I think he could be the third best player on that team. Let's just take away Michael Porter. He's gone. I think
Mm.
they can still be really good, even with Jalen Green. Just take out Michael Porter, even though the size difference is a big deal. But just take that out. Yeah, I think he can. I think he could be a third, but not your best. Hell no. Hell no, brother. Hell no. But I think it's okay. And if he plays good, and the next man, he could probably get a $50 million deal though. If he plays better, he can definitely get a $50 million deal. All right, the next person is his teammate Alperen Sengun. He signed a 5-year, $185 million contract, and I don't think there isn't no player options in this deal. So, was it a good deal that the Rockets basically gave
Uh,
him 185?
yeah, I think it was a steal for them, to be honest with you. The way Sengun been playing like he should be in the 200s. To be honest with you, because he was a second round pick, wasn't he?
Yes,
Or was he
it
like,
was either late first, mid first, late first, or second round, something like that.
yeah, so it's like he's definitely outplaying that value. And since he's been with them, he's been very good. They run the offense through him. Um, he rebounds really well. He's improved on the offensive end every year. I think it was a great deal for the Rockets. But if I'm saying Goon, I want that 200. But that's not a bad deal at all. He's definitely worth it.
He was a pick 16.
Pick
So
16.
yeah, so
All right, so
he was in the
he was like he was right after basically the lottery.
yeah. You could basically say a
Yeah,
lottery pick.
yeah. So well,
Um,
yeah, he deserves that.
I think it's a good. I think it's a good deal for him. He's clearly their best player. Is he their best scorer? No, but he is their best overall player. Obviously,
Hmm.
best rebound on the team, best passer on the team, low key, and he's a good scorer for him. And I saw yesterday he was shooting threes, but we'll talk about that when we talk about the what we saw yesterday. But I think getting him as your cornerstone, you locked up him and Jalen Green as your cornerstones. I think is a really good deal for him. And I think that got still. They got the Charmander of the bigs. Like I really do like this deal. And the Rockets are they got a future. Like they really got a future. This is the best we've seen the Rockets since James Harden basically left.
They still need a superstar though. I don't with Sagoon and just Jalen Green. I don't think you can win a championship just with them too. They need one. They need a superstar.
And that's why they got those picks because they could potentially trade for a superstar. That's why they got
Hmm.
him. So I have no problem with them getting that picks in. Like I said, Jalen Green could be moved, and you use that as a trade chip. You definitely use that, or maybe even the younger players and say Jabari Smith, who sold me yesterday, but that's neither here or there. And you got Reed Shepard, you got Ken Whitmore, Tyree Eason. Like they got a lot of people you
Man
trade
Thompson.
for. Yeah, man, Thompson. So like they got a lot of people, but I like the deals that they did for their team. They're saying this is our core. Now let's see what you guys can do. And I'm glad they got their money. I'm glad they got their money. The next person is Jalen Johnson. He signed a 5-year, $150 million contract. We're both really high on him this year. Did he deserve that contract?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, he deserved it. And then I think this year he's gonna take the next leap. So if we being honest, well, it's going off the production that you've had already, but after this year, I think he's gonna be worth that 200. So them getting them from 150, that's a great steal for them because he's gonna excel this year with him and just Trey. He's gonna have so many opportunities to score the ball. He likes to bring it up in transition, so he's gonna have the ball in his hands a little bit more. He deserves it. He's gonna play very well this season.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson is the 150. Is that the max, or is that the max? And then obviously you make a All NBA or something. That's when it goes up to the 200.
Um,
Because I want to see what's Cade's contract. What's his?
K is to 5 years, 224.
Okay, so
With a all
that's
NBA
probably
or
the
like an all
added with
star or
the All
something.
NBA, and it makes it to two something.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah. So Jalen Johnson, yes, I definitely think he deserves this contract. Obviously, we've been saying it for basically like the past 2 weeks straight. He's the second best player on that team. Played pretty okay yesterday. I think he played pretty good. He's only going to get better. And the Hawks, even though we think they're probably the most mid team in the NBA, they have a core. They have a
Hmm.
core. So they're locking up their core players for the future. And I think Jalen Johnson definitely deserved it, even though last year was really his first year really getting significant minutes. He deserves that 150. I really think he deserved it, and I think he's gonna play. I already said I think he's gonna play really good. The next guy is Trey Murphy from the New Orleans Pelicans. He signed a 4-year, $112 million deal. Did he deserve that?
Yeah, Trey deserved it last year. Well, really, since he got in the league, he's been playing really well. Like with all these players, I low key think all these players got lowballed in a sense. Because Trey Murphy, he hasn't had the opportunity to get tick for real, because you got Brandon Ingram there, you got Herb Jones there, you got Zion there, so you got a lot of guys in his positions that's playing in front of him. So he couldn't get that 150 like Jalen Johnson or Suggs or most of these other players. Um, but yeah, he deserves it. He's played really well since he's came into the league. He's a really good 3-point shooter. Defense is pretty good, athletic. Um, so yeah, I think he deserves it. He has a nice IQ. I think he deserved it.
Um, I like Trey Murphy. I definitely, I really like his game. Definitely, he's probably the best 3-point shooter on that team, honestly. And they have some, they have, they have somebody once Brandon Ingram if he leaves, or they eventually trade him. They finally have a guy. I think his defense is okay, but it's really like his offense. Like when
Hmm.
he's on, and
Yeah.
he's gonna shoot a lot of threes, and that's what you need when you playing with a guy like Zion. You need 3-point shooters around him, and that's what they did. That's basically what they had, because you got Herb Jones, now then Trey Murphy whenever he eventually starts. Because I always said I think they eventually want him to start. You just can't start him really because NBA politics. You got to start Brandon Ingram. That's just how it works. But I do think he definitely deserved this deal, man. I'm glad he got it. And so far, he is hurt to start the year, but he's going to come back, and I think he's going to play good coming off the bench. The next guy is Jalen Suggs. He got 5 years, $150 million. Did Jalen Suggs deserve this contract?
Well, I'm not really that high on Jalen Suggs. One, because he can't stay healthy. I mean, last year was his one of his most healthy years that he even had in the league. But he's really good defensively. He plays with a lot of heart. He makes all the 50-50 plays. His shooting has improved. Um, he's a balanced player. Like, he's not really a point guard, but he's not really a scorer. So like he's really like a balanced player. But the 5 years, 150, yeah, I think he deserves it after what he did, help lead that team to the playoffs last year. And what they was a top five team last year, wasn't they? Top 16 last year.
They
They
were
was what,
five.
number
They were fifth.
four? They were
They were
4 or
fifth.
five.
They were
Five,
fifth.
fifth. Yeah. So, help that team get the fifth seed, and I think he's low key there. Well, Wendell is technically their anchor on defense, but he might be their best defensive player. Um, so yeah, I think he deserved it.
I'm gonna say no. I don't
Mm,
think Jalen Suggs is a $30 million player. I think he's around the 20 mil. And I feel like because he is one of your younger players on that team, and obviously, the Magic are not like they're not a big market. And
mm-hmm,
no big star player is gonna go to Orlando. I don't know, like it's Florida. It's Florida. So I don't know why people don't go there. I don't know why there is no state income taxes. So, me personally, I think he's maybe like a $20 million player, maybe 25 at the max. But his defense, he was an all defensive team player last year. And I think that is what helped. Offense is not bad. I think he's a decent offensive player, but he's is he the third? Is he the definite third best player on the team? I would say either between him and Wendell. Obviously, we know the first two.
yeah, yeah. I say it's either between him and low key. I'll give it to him, only because Wendell hasn't like Wendell's been in the league for like 4, 5 years now, and he hasn't really improved offensively. So I really say Jalen Suggs is their third best player.
Gave me a decent amount of points in fantasy yesterday. It okay. Is he? He's not even. I don't even think he's their third best scorer.
Who Suggs?
Yeah, I don't even think he's the third best. I think
Mm.
Cole Anthony is a better scorer than
Oh
him.
yeah, Cole Anthony's a better scorer than him.
So it's like, does he like? I don't know if he worth 30, but I definitely think he's worth 20 something. So I'm gonna say no,
What
but I'm
about
not upset he
25 to
got it.
27?
Hmm.
I said about 25 to 27 a year.
And I might go
Or
23,
like low
25 at the
20.
most.
25 at the most.
I'll say probably 23 though. And then especially, he's been hurt. So, and then he finally had his healthier season. So I get it. You basically banking on his defense, which is great. Offense to be
Hmm.
better. and you just hope he stays healthy. I hope this is more healthy years to come. So I'm gonna say not really, but I'm not obviously I'm not upset that he got it. I'm really not upset. All right. The Warriors extended Moses Mooney 3 years, $39 million. Did he deserve that?
To be honest with you, no. The man don't
Mhm.
even see the court. Y'all, I mean, like it has to be on his potential and what they seen in practice and what they think he can be because the man barely sniffs the court in order for you to say he deserves an extension or not. I mean, when he gets on the court, he plays good defensively. And, he's a decent 3-point shooter. But to me, I haven't seen enough for him to get extended. I'm surprised he got extended at all, and then they didn't extend Kaminga.
We'll get to
And
him. We'll
Kaminga's a
get to we'll
and
get to Kaminga.
Kaminga's a better player. So it's like
We'll get
I
to
don't I,
Kaminga.
I don't think he deserved it. I think they should have not extended him and gave him like a prove a year, especially since he's gonna get more tick this year. So no, I don't think he deserved it.
I'm gonna say no, and I feel like it's not really his fault. I think just Steve Kerr just doesn't play him enough. So I feel like they see what they see in practice and stuff like that. His game and like you said, potential. So they know more than us. But what we see on the court, I don't see it. I thought they would literally just let him go into restricted free agency and just say, go see what somebody get you. But they gave him 13 million a year. Hey, I'm happy for the man. He got his money. He good. But do he deserve it really? Not really. Not I'm gonna say no. I think Moses Mooney. Now we're gonna go to his teammate, Jonathan Kaminga. They didn't extend him, and there was reports saying he wanted more than the 30 million a year. And I remember like a month ago, I think you said they should retain him. I think you said that you should sign him.
Yeah, should have offered him the extension, but wanting more than 30 mil, right, you have I mean, granted, Steve Kerr was in your way and you had to force your way to get more minutes. But even within those minutes that you got, you didn't show that it wasn't reports like he wanted like 50 or something like that. It was like close to like wasn't like 50 mil he wanted
What?
a
Who?
year for his extension because he wanted more than 30. I think they said he wanted like 50 a year.
Kaminga?
Yeah, or like some or like
I think
40 or
I
something
don't
like
know
that.
what the overall number. I just saw the report saying he wanted more than the 30 mil
Yeah,
average.
but regardless, like the production that you gave, it didn't warrant more than 30 mil a year, bro. Like you're making it seem like if you wanted more than 30 more mil a year, you have to have an all-star appearance or something. You weren't even playing on an all-star level. So I think he should have they probably did give him a contract, but he declined it.
Yeah,
But he
I'm looking at it right now, bro. It definitely says they reported that Warriors were willing to pay somewhere near the 30ish mil per year range and didn't want to go beyond that.
yeah, bro, he should have took that. He should have took it. He should have took it.
He would have been the
Now, I
second
mean,
player on the team,
and then
money wise.
and so now you're betting on yourself, and so now really they control your destiny now, because there's already reports saying that they didn't want to start him next to Draymond.
Which they did.
So it's like now, so now it's like Steve Kerr has the power in his hands to control your future. Either he can play you a bunch of minutes, and you can show that you was worth more than 30 mil, or Steve Kerr can play you 25 to 28 minutes, and and the only way you get paid is unless you go crazy every game. So he should have took it, in my opinion, and got that monkey off his back and just played well.
I I don't think they should have gave it to him because it's a really small sample size. Because last year is really the only sample size of him getting significant minutes, and we saw him. And I think the Warriors really want to see what if he could replicate that again. And I
Mm,
kind of don't blame them for doing that because you were good last year when you got the minutes, but now this year going into the new year, and you are clearly one of our best players. You're gonna get the 30 plus minutes a game. Let's see if you could do it again. And then if you exceed expectations, we'll sign you. We'll give you the money. But I do think they want to wait. I got a question. Would you
What's
be
up?
shocked if Steve Kerr puts him on the bench sometime this year, anytime this year? Would you be
Yes.
shocked?
Yes. Yes. He's your second best player. There's no reason why he should be on the bench.
Steve Kerr be on a
You
lot of
play your
BS.
you play your best players. Every coach, every great coach knows that you play your best players. He does not deserve to be to deserve. He does not deserve to come off the bench, bro.
Steve Kerr be on a lot of BS. I actually wouldn't be shocked if he did do it. I really wouldn't. For some, man,
Nah, you ain't lying. He benched
he
Jason Tatum, so
yeah, he was on BS for that. But I mean, he put AirPods on the bench, and he might anytime this year he might put AirPods in front of Kuminga. I wouldn't be shocked, bro. It's Steve Kerr. I wouldn't be shocked. All right, but let's grade these. Let's grade these deals. What do you grade the Jalen Suggs trade?
the extension.
Yeah,
I'll give it like a C. I give it like a C, like a C plus, or just a regular C.
I'm giving Jalen Suggs. I'm giving the contract extension a C minus. Like I said, I don't think he really deserves that much. But I'm glad, I'm glad he got his money. I'm okay with that. Next player, Jalen Green. What do you rate it?
For the Rockets, I'll give that was a B plus because you got him for a low deal, and then like you said, if you want to trade him, you got a decent contract to trade him and flip him and get somebody better, or to pair him with these picks to get a superstar. So I'll give it like a B for the Rockets.
I give it a B minus. I give the contract extension a B minus. I think Jalen Green has leverage, and the Rockets got a core player and potentially a trade piece. Alperen Sengun. What do you trade it? What do you get? What
Oh,
do
that's
you
that's
grade
a,
the trade?
that's a A. That's a A. You lock up one of the best bigs in the league, one of the best young bigs in the league, and like you said, he's one of their cornerstones. And you get him locked in for 5 years, so that was a good deal for them.
I give it an A plus. Both of them win. Rockets win. You keep your best player, and Sengun gets his bag. A plus. Jalen Johnson. What do you grade it?
I wouldn't give it an A because me personally, I think he deserves more money, but I'll give it like a solid B plus. I give it a B plus.
I give it like an A minus. He probably should deserve more, but I think this is the most they can give him. I give the contract A minus. Trey Murphy. What do you grade it?
I'll give that one a B too. Like you said, they lock up one of the best young shooters in the league to pair with Zion and help him. And then you potentially got your replacement piece in Brandon Ingram.
I give it like a C plus, B minus range, but I'm gonna go with a B minus. I think it's a good trade. You get him on the you get a player with you get a player like that for the low. So I think Trey Murphy gets his money, Pelicans gets his money. I think it's a good deal. So I give it a B minus. Last person, Moses Mooney. What do you grade it?
I give it a D. I give it a D. I don't think they should have offered him a contract extension at all.
I'm gonna give it a D. I'm gonna give it a D. All right. Well, this is the last
I'll say
person. We don't need to talk about it. Corey Kispert signed 4 years, $54 million. What do you grade it?
low key. I don't believe in Corey Kispert. I think Corey Kispert is a G League player. I don't
Yeah,
think.
for real. I think he's okay.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, yeah. For
I
four
think
years,
he's
I mean,
decent.
4 years
He's
and
okay.
54 mil, that's a cheap deal. So you got a decent shooter on a cheap deal, but I don't he's like a regular role player to me. Um
Yeah.
I
Okay. That's only
I
13
give
a
it like a
year.
C.
That's only
I give it
13 a
like a
year. I
C.
thought that was decent.
I give it a C. I give it a C. But
I
before we
give
move on,
it
we missed some players. We
who?
missed some players.
Who?
There was some that didn't get contract extensions.
Oh, we can
Cam
talk about them.
Thomas. Yeah,
I
Cam
missed that
Thomas didn't
about
get a
them.
contract extension. He should have after what he did.
I knew
And
he
even with
wasn't.
KD and Kyrie, yeah, he played well. Then when they left, he played well. He should have at least gotten. He should have got an offer at least, bro. And they didn't even extend him at all.
He was in that same draft class?
Yeah. And then Trey Man. Trey Man didn't even get a rookie extension. I mean, not a rookie extension. Yeah, rookie extension. He didn't even get one.
The one on the horn, the one from Charlotte?
Yeah.
What has he done to deserve one?
He played real once he got tick, he played really well. If Corey
So,
Kispert,
but
if
Corey
Corey
Kispert
Kispert can
has
get
3
4 minutes,
years. He has 3 years of what we've seen. We've only really seen Trey Man, at least with the Hornets, we've only seen like 15, 20 games.
and from them 15, 20 games, is he better than Corey Kispert?
I think they the same.
I believe so.
I'd probably take right now. I'd probably take Corey Kispert only because I think he's a better shooter. But we've seen
Man,
more
I
of
don't know,
Corey
dog.
Kispert though. That's the thing I'm saying. If Trey
I think
Man, if he plays good this year, they could resign him in the offseason. This is
that
Luke Dort all over again. You going off of this small sample size and just
and
gonna
look at
pay a dude.
and look what Luke Dort has done.
But what?
He's played really well for OKC.
And did they sign him right after that though? That's what I'm saying.
But with Trey Man, bro, from what Trey Man has shown me in that small sample size, he's played better than Corey Kispert. And I think he's a better player than Corey Kispert. If Corey Kispert can get 13 mil a year, Trey Man can get at least 10 to 13 to 15 mil a year as well.
I have no problem. I have no problem with that.
I'm just surprised. I'm just surprised that the Hornets didn't even offer him something because last year when LaMelo went down, he played really well for them. He played really well for them.
But it's only a 28 game sample size though. That's what I'm saying. It's 28 games. It's 28. So let's see if he continue. Obviously, he's not going to drop 24 every night, but let's see if he plays good, and then we can sign him. Maybe they sign him in the middle of the season.
Even when he was in OKC, he still showed flashes. So you've seen him play throughout his years in the league. So it's not like he's been riding the bench and then all of a sudden he got traded and just started playing. No, we've seen what he can do since he was in OKC.
So we've seen flashes in 28 game sample size for him. Okay, what would you offer him? Let me just say that. What would you offer him?
I would give him the Corey Kispert deal. I would give him 13 mil. I would give him 13 a year.
I'd give him the Moses Moody.
10 to 13 a year. Or the Moses Moody, that's fine too.
I gotta wait and see. I can't go off of really a 28 game sample size.
They could have gave him a Jaden Hardy deal. Jaden Hardy signed for 3 years, 18 mil. They could have at least gave him that.
Can we really argue that Jaden Hardy has probably played a little bit better more than Trey Man? Now, granted, it's not Trey Man's fault because he had all those other players with him at OKC, but can we really say Jaden Hardy has played better than him? Can we say that?
Jaden Hardy didn't even sniff the court until last year.
But can we say that though?
At least Trey Man played since he been in the league. Jaden Hardy really just sniffed the court last year, and barely at that.
How long has Jaden Hardy been in the league?
His second or third year. I think it's like his third year.
Well, this is his second year in the league. This is second year
this
in the
year?
league.
This year?
No, this would be his third. So at least we've seen 2 years of Jaden Hardy. 2 years.
Bro,
I get it. I get what you're saying. But it's like 2 years versus 28 games. Come on, brother. Come on. Like, come on, be serious.
Bro, when he was in OKC, his first year he played 22 minutes, next year 17, 24, and then he got traded that third year. Jaden Hardy, I don't even think Jaden. Let's see what Jaden Hardy.
He played 2 years. He got his 2 years.
Jaden Hardy, his first year he played 14 minutes. Second year he played 13 minutes. Jay, so you telling me we seen more from Jaden Hardy than Trey Man? I just gave you the minutes that Trey Man and played the last 3-4 years he's been in the league, bro. He's played more than him.
But he hasn't done anything.
What has Jaden Hardy done?
I'm saying we've seen a 2-year sample size of more than Trey Man because he had all those players. He comes to Charlotte. He plays good. I'm not upset at that. I'm just saying we've seen a bigger sample size. That's all I'm saying.
How How can you say that when the man has played more minutes than him every year he's been in the league? So how have you seen more from Jaden Hardy when
He
Trey
played,
Mann has played more minutes than him?
but he hasn't done anything. And what he okay, his first year he averaged 10 points. I give you that. Second year, he didn't really do anything. Third year, got hurt, I guess. Didn't do anything. No, he got traded. Sorry.
He
I'm
averaged
sorry he
more
got
than
traded.
Hardy.
I'm sorry he got traded. But sure, but this is a new team. You have to wait and see if he's gonna continue. It's the same with Kuminga. I just said it with Kuminga. We just seen you. Let's see what you can do. I don't see what the problem is. What's the problem with waiting and see? What's the problem?
The problem is we've already seen it from Trey Mann. He deserved at least that Jaden Hardy deal or that Moses Moody deal. Moses Moody got that deal and he barely even sniffs the court.
And
Trey
that's why
Mann
I mean we
at
both
least
agree he
Trey
don't
Mann at
deserve
least
that.
got Trey Mann at least got 22 minutes, 17. I even round it up to 20, and then 24 minutes his first 3 years in the league. Jaden Hardy didn't even sniff 20 minutes, and he's been in the league for 2 years already. And you
I
saying he
agree with
deserves his
that.
contract versus him?
I agree with that.
Oh,
I'm just not gonna go off a 28 game sample size. That's all I'm
he played
saying.
more than 28 games, bro.
I'm
He's
talking
played
about
more
with
than
the
28 games in his
Hornets.
3
I'm
years.
talking about with the Hornets. I'm only talking about the Hornets. That's all I'm talking about.
But you have to look at the totality of his career. They looking at everything he's done into the league up until now.
But why
He deserved the contract
But why
extension.
didn't they sign him then? Why you think they didn't give him the contract?
Who knows? Who knows
You know
why they
why.
didn't do it?
You know
He's
why.
played better than Jaden Hardy. He didn't play better than Moody. He played better than
I'll say
fucking
this.
Corey Kispert. And all them niggas got a deal before him.
I'll say this. Is Trey Man do you think who's more of a cornerstone? Jaden Hardy or Trey Mann? Who's more of a cornerstone?
I think they both on the same level.
I think the Mavericks stink of Jaden Hardy more as a cornerstone. That's all I'm saying. And Trey Mann is probably better than him. He is. I think he is better than him. Trey Mann, 28 game sample size, play good. I understand. Let's just see if you can replicate that. Let's just say if you play decent, they can sign him in the middle of the season or after the season. It doesn't need to wait and see. Just like with Kuminga, we gotta wait and see. Let's just wait and see. That's all. I don't see the problem. I don't really see the problem with just waiting.
Bro, this man, his rookie year played 22 minutes, and Corey Kispert played 23. So he played about the same. And Trey Mann averaged more than him. His second year, he got less minutes at 17 a game, and he averaged 7 points. Corey Kispert, his second year, had damn near 30 minutes a game and only averaged 11 points, bro.
This is about
only
the same
11 points.
Mann.
Trey Mann had 17 minutes his second year. Corey Kispert had damn near 28 minutes a game, and he only averaged 4 more points.
Look who was in front of him. Do you not know who was in front of him?
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. From the sample size that we have of what Trey Mann has shown us, he's shown that he's a really good player and he can play in this league, and that he at least deserves a contract.
Charles, I think this is what you're not getting. I think you kind of get it, but you don't. You just don't. You're not getting it, Charles. They're not looking at what he did with OKC. They're not, because if that was the case, they would have just gave him the money. If that is the case, they're only looking at 28 games with Charlotte. And this is what I'm saying with Corey Kispert. You have a 3-year sample size of the Wizards with Corey Kispert. Charlotte is not looking at what he did with OKC. They're only looking at the 28 game sample size. Yes, he played good, but it's only 28 games. That's it.
I don't think you getting what I'm saying. I understand that he played 28 games with Charlotte, but what I'm saying is you take those 28 games plus what he did at OKC. He got more. You seen that he played very well in limited minutes, and once he got to Once he got to Charlotte and got more minutes, you see how productive he was. So you take what he did in OKC versus what he did in Charlotte when he got more minutes, and you put those two things together, and you give that man a fucking contract extension.
Once again, you're not getting. You say you got it. They don't care what you did in OKC. They don't care. They don't.
That matters. Your history
But
matters. I just can't pay you off of one fucking year because you played well. I have to look at everything you've done in the league. Have you gotten better every year?
But a couple of years ago, you told me you was gonna pay Lou Dort after a 7-game series, though.
And look, and he was worth it. I was right.
No, you wasn't. Wait, let me finish. Let me say something. Let me talk. When Lou Dort, you said after the 7 games, you was gonna pay him after 7 games. And I said, let's wait and see, not just give it to him just off the 7 games. And once again, yes, they should look at that. They should. But I'm guessing, I'm just projecting, Charlotte is only looking at what you did for me, for the Hornets. Fuck what OKC did. Forget that. Yes, is that messed up? Yes. But they're only looking at Charlotte. So you're basing off 28 games, giving them contract. Okay, let's see what you do with a full season. Then we can sign you. That's it. They don't care what he did. I'm guessing they don't care. Because if that was the case, they would have did it. If that's the case. That's all I'm saying. They don't care what he did in OKC. They just don't care.
7-game sample size from Luke Dort showed me everything I needed to see. And I was correct about that.
They should have re-signed him after that deal, though.
I know they did. I know they did not sign him after that, but they eventually did.
Yes, they did eventually did it, but not after that.
They believed in him in order to give him a contract extension and sign him to more money. And I saw that in 7 fucking games. So the same thing I see with Trey Murphy. I've seen what Trey Murphy can do, and that man deserves a contract extension.
You mean
Trey Man. Yeah, he deserves a contract extension. These GMs are fucking dumb.
Now, what if he's just okay? What if he's just okay?
Yeah, last night once Brandon Miller left.
Yeah, he played good. He played really good.
Exactly. I've seen that talent since OKC. He deserves a contract extension.
Long story short, you care about the overall the 4 years. Charlotte doesn't. That's all I'm saying. They just don't care. They just don't care. Now, if that's dumb or not, whatever. They just don't care, bro. They just don't care. And I get what they're doing. I get it. It's 28 games. Let's see what you can do for a full year with us. Let's just see. Let's just see. Oh, what you did, OKC, who cares? That's all I'm saying. But I agree with you on that. They probably should look at overall sample size. But what I'm looking at Charlotte, they don't care about that. They just don't. Let's see what you can do with the Hornets, bro. Let's just see. It's not that bad, bro. I think he's okay. And that's all I'm saying. I think teams just look at what this bigger sample size is than just 28 games. That's it, bro. That's it. That's all I'm saying. All right. That is it for our rookie extensions reactions.